to get this tire replaced, and then get done with that. Go over to Flying J, backs out the reefer, and also got to get the trailer washed out over at Blue Beacon. And we'll probably take the trailer over to JBS for our pickup. JBS loads are usually drop and hook, so yeah, and usually with drop and hook pickups, I usually like to take my empty to the shipper as quickly as possible, because there are times where maybe the shipper might have a shortage of empty trailers available to work with, to load the freight with, and they might need your trailer to do what they got to do. See, I knew he was going to need to do that, so that's why I stayed back and let him use the space in front of me. Now, generally speaking, though, I don't have any obligation to let him use my space. I can just as well come up here and say to hell, that's his damn problem for not setting up correctly. Changes on a trailer or on a dually, whatever, don't usually take that long to replace. As long as it's all that needs to be done, because they don't even have to take the wheel off. Even with the tire already unseated from the bead, that just makes it even easier. But generally, yeah, even if it's still on the bead and they need to replace it, all they do is break the bead and then. Now see, that's one of those cases where it's his responsibility to yield that space to me first. I don't have to yield to him. If he's trying to come down into my space, it's his obligation to yield to me first. You don't take space that doesn't belong to you, unless you know for sure it's clear. Where he came out of, there was no real room between there basically had no shoulder to work with, so he really did have to come out about 3 lanes to, into the street that I'm on to safely make his turn, so his trailer would clear the corner. In that situation, you're better off setting up a little wider. You occupy both lanes of the street you're already on. Give yourself at least that 4 feet of space between the side of your trailer and the curb. It'll help minimize the amount of space on the street you're turning onto that you really need to take up. There are times where you're going to have to really button hook it or just set up wider. These guys going to, yeah, I think these guys are all trying to turn into Loves also, or onto the street. When you make right turns, though, that's one of the things you should always be watching. There are a lot of details to look for. How much space, how much shoulder do you have to work with on the street you're starting your turn at? How much shoulder do you have on the street you're ending your turn at? How does the corner look? Is it more of a square or is it a round? If it's a round, how wide is the arc on it? All those things are considerations. And then also, even how wide are the lanes themselves? Are they 10-foot lanes or 12-foot lanes or what? Is there an island, or is there a left turn lane and there's traffic in the left turn lane? All these things, or is there possible, or could there become traffic in the turn lane? Gotta watch for all these details before you even get to the intersection, and then try to get yourself set up as best as you can based on what your situation is. I'm not going to eat up my driving clock. I'm just trying to sit here and move into a lot. Not like it should matter anyway, though. I only had about 10, 15 or so to work with for my entire shift anyway. Find a place to park real quick. If I can't, I'll just there's a pull through over there, but it's alright. I don't normally do pull throughs anyway. Here, even though this guy's going to jam me up, so I'll just account for him and set up wider. Are there, now I'm watching for my drive tires. Drive tires were just a little bit late, but not bad. It's still definitely within my spot. Send a new macro in for the tire change. a trailer number, so it means my load's probably already done and ready for pickup. Dude, you're gonna roll forward that far as your setup. There's something wrong with your setup. You're doing the exact same thing backwards that you did forward. That tells you there's something wrong with what you just did. He's steering so much, he's not allowing the trailer to do its own work. See, his tractor's never going to catch that trailer. The trailer's actually coming in a little heavy. See how far off his tractor is? Trailer. Left rear ender. See, look, steering straight. Let that trailer do its own damn work. It doesn't need your help steering. Now I'm steering left and chasing. The trailer's lined up damn near perfectly right there. Boom, perfect. People were all fixed up and about ready to roll. I'm gonna head over to the fuel island and try to get this reefer unit filled up first, and then after that we'll head next door to Blue Beacon for trailer washout. get our other load and get moving. Our scheduler already got me set up for 11th at midnight delivery. I don't know what my ETA is going to be, but I know it's going to be sometime the 11th. Hoping she didn't cause me to get jammed up now, where I have to run it in from a long distance away. Makes it a bit more of a challenge to deliver on time. Our next shipper is JBS. They're right here in the, basically right down the air, right down this way also. Ah, shit. Bus was messing things up, but slightly ran over the curb, but didn't have much option there, except the only other option would have been to wait for that wide, that oversized to make his turn first. I didn't want to pass this guy because I don't know if he's empty or loaded, and with that, I don't know how fast or slowly he's going to accelerate to the same speed I'm going to be. I'm going to be making a right turn down this way anyway. This guy is loaded. He has a seal on his door. But you never know when you get what you're going to get with loaded trucks as far as how they'll accelerate. If they're heavy, they're going to accelerate pretty slowly, and if they're light, they might accelerate not that much slower than an empty truck. See if this guy turns in here at Costco. Yep. We're in the intersection before the light turned red. It means I'm legally in it. should be buck. I don't know why it says MC85 on it. Okay, I want to have more space on the curb than I have, so. That was just perfect. The tires, the trailer tires, were about a foot away from the curb there. So, that was one of those occasions where, hey, I recognize that I don't have as much of a shoulder area to work with as I'd like to. And I'm not really expecting to have enough, have a lot on the other street either, so. Created that extra space there and allowed my tandems to clear that corner. The JBS is right down here on the right, just past the Thermo King lot. There's Thermo King, and then now remember this MFR or whatever truck I think is turning in is, yeah, that's it. Okay, I don't have a shoulder, but there's nobody coming out the driveway right now, so have it available if I need it. Drop this empty, and then, yeah, he already moved it, looks like. You can see through my hood mirror that it's over here on the right side, the little cone that they use to block the lane. I could go this way if I want to, but that's not really the way they intended it. That's the basically path that the yard dogs made up on their own. I believe I will be dropping right here next to us on the right, or no, might be the loadeds there. They have them. They have signs over here that tell what side of the lot is what. I'm going to be looking for loaded trailer 5786. That's what I thought. It's spots. Over here on the right for the empties, and then on the left for the loadeds. There's good. Okay, I'm going to cut back till I'm facing 45 degrees toward the other direction, and then roll out of it, and just gently roll out of it with full steering all the way. I didn't quite get the tandems over far enough as I wanted to, but the trailer is at least pointed in the direction I need it. Now I have to just straighten it out. Be right next to this dry box. More space in that so I can drop my landing gear without having to deal with that trailer next to me. Alright. That should be good. When I drop the landing gear, I usually leave a good inch or so off the ground before when I stop, and then I'll drop my airbags to let it down gently. I'd rather do that, and then it's easier to raise the landing gear back up when you get through hooking up to a trailer if it's already off the ground. Also, the next guy who picks that trailer up, there's a possibility they won't have to worry about high pinning basically having a high pin incident, where the high pin is where the fifth wheel, the kingpin goes over the top of the fifth wheel because the trailer is sitting up too high, and the driver doesn't compensate for that and just keeps trying to push back, and they don't look for certain details like, are they feeling the trailer at all on their fifth wheel? Because you can actually feel it pressing down on you. Don't see it over here. Oh, that one right over there. On the end here, next to the open spot. First goal, get the drive tire centered underneath the trailer first, and then turn my tractor. This thing is sitting pretty high, so this is one of those cases I definitely got to get out and lower the landing gear to get underneath the trailer correctly. This would be one of those cases where I'll have a high pin event if I do not do this. First, I can help myself a little bit by raising my airbags back up. Alright, basically I raise the landing gear so I'm about an inch off the ground. Now I'm hooked up. I'm going and do a quick tug test to make sure the brakes are working all right, and sort of to double check that I'm hooked up. However, even if I do a tug test, you still want to do a visual inspection of that fifth wheel and make sure it's actually latched correctly. Do not think that a fifth wheel, that a good tug test will guarantee that you're actually latched correctly. If you have a dry fifth wheel, there's a very good chance that it will pass the tug test, and then when you go to turn out of your spot or straighten back out after turning, you're going to drop your trailer. Everything looks good here. Also, when you hook up to a trailer and you pre-trip it, make sure you have two things set up here. First, have your parking lights on. You can't pre-trip a trailer and make sure its lights all work properly if you don't have them turned on. Two, have your four-ways on, because you can't tell if they're going to flash correctly if you don't have them on. A lot of times a loose pigtail connection will actually make it look like only one side works, or one side will flash when they both will. And sometimes you have to do some little tricks to get it to actually connect. One of those tricks is if you have a trailer where the prongs that the pigtail plug hooks up to on the trailer end, sometimes they'll have a kind of like a little gap thing on it, like it splits in half. So sometimes you can actually take a flat tip screwdriver and split the prongs a little bit more to give you a better connection. The other thing, well, the one I do, because most of the trailers that I use don't have that set up, or they're too tight where I can do anything with them. Just take let's say cardboard or thick folded up paper. And once you take that and then shove it underneath the pigtail plug when you plug it into the receptacle. Alright, then we're gonna go check in and get our bills for this. Alright, time to go scale it and then come back over here to sign for our bills. Get my steers on and wait for the green. Alright, got green. Now I get my drives on and wait for green again. The entire vehicle, trailer included. Got green. So now we head over to where those drop trailers are in front of us and get turned around. You can see a lot of people just come over here to this this dirt turn around here, but I'm just gonna come on over here to the this other dock area. Turn around over here. There's more room to work with here. Nice looking Raptor. Nice wider turn. It's easier on the tires too. Ready to roll. Probably head back over to the load so we can scale and load. We get a drink and scale ticket and all that, and then hit the road. When we get out to this street here, as much as I'd rather make a right turn and not have to deal with both sides of traffic, trust me, you really do want to go right, not roll left if you can. If you make it right, you're going to find that you're going to get choked off and you have to go certain directions in the truck, and it won't always, usually when it won't be the direction you really want to go. If you want to get like the loves and scale out or whatever. Just as soon deal with whatever traffic I might have to deal with and wait to make my left. Drive mode. And hopefully this truck will hurry up and go by so I can get out there. Yeah, looks like I shouldn't have any problem. Skill out, and we'll skill in fluids and loves where we were just at, and then hit the road I-10 East. Very simple route. It's just straight down I-10 all the way to Tallahassee, Florida area. About 4:16 left on my clock right now, so won't get more than maybe 250 miles on this. What I'll probably do is stop at the Loves in Benson, Arizona. It's about that's only 170. Problem is not too many options past that. I guess I can always go to maybe the TA, and I think it's Winslow, or whatever that town is with a W down there. I keep mixing the one up with a W down there with the one that's on I-40 that's with a W. I think I want to say Winslow's up on the 40. Nice light. Only give me one person a chance to go. That's not very nice. done. I don't want to have this eating up my 14-hour clock more than it already is. I hate it when they ask for trailer license number. Try this one because she's already refueling and the bobtail hasn't even started yet.